I'm Matt Bishar with NAREIT REIT.com here in Reston, Virginia for the 2015 Leader in the Light Working Forum. Joining me today is Jill Ziegler, Director of Sustainability and Corporate Responsibility with Forest City Enterprises. Jill, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, when we spoke at the Working Forum last year, Forest City had just published its first sustainability report. What did you learn from that process, and what has been the response from shareholders?
Well, we learned a lot from the process, and it was all very positive, I would say, on our end. And we've received a really good response from all of our stakeholders, including our internal associates as well as external stakeholders like investors, as you mentioned. I think two notable outcomes and positive reactions were, first, we had a positive increase in a rating by a major ratings firm that looks at companies that focus on CSR. They bumped us up 2 notches, which is kind of unprecedented. So that was pretty impressive, and we were very glad about that. And we published our second report this past year in 2014, and as a result of two reports happening in a row, Corporate Responsibility magazine recognized us as the second most improved corporate citizen index that they look at. So we felt really great about receiving those external recognitions.
Now, there's been a lot of discussion, including here at the Working Forum, about the convergence of reporting standards for sustainability. What are the pros and cons of standardized reporting from your standpoint?
I would say one big con is that, you're never going to find one standard that fits all. And I mean, it could be a good thing if nobody's happy. I guess that's a good thing. Don't they say that with lawmaking? But I would say that there are some pros. If investors are using these reports to make financial decisions about our companies, I think it is helpful to have, a standard or two that they can compare apples to apples. They can really, look at our companies and understand fully what we're telling them.
Great. And is there one project or initiative that you could highlight that really sort of epitomizes what you're trying to do with Forest City and sustainability?
I would say that I'm really proud of the direction Forest City's been going in terms of focusing on our 7 core markets around the country, doing a lot of urban infill development, and creating a lot of large mixed-use communities that create benefit for neighborhoods and cities as a whole. Access to public transportation and parks that everybody can enjoy, and I think that fits so well with our CSR initiatives that I'm just so happy that's the direction we're going.
And lastly, what do you think will be the next major trend or initiative in sustainability sort of as REITs begin to move forward in this process?
I'm going to go back to the reporting standards, though. Corporate responsibility reporting is my area of focus, and I do think that as we see more and more standards and ratings and rankings pop up, as we've seen at this conference, it's really difficult and it's a big burden for companies, but I think we all see the value in that, and over the next 2 years we might see a lot more noise before a few leaders bubble to the top and a few frameworks that really fit our industry become very apparent. So I'm just hoping that those ratings organizations keep the lines of communications open so that everybody can be happy in the end.
Jill, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.